Good afternoon. I'm Superintendent Bill Furbush, and I'm here today with a bunch of our students that are in our production of Clue and the theater production that they're participating in. Today I want to educate our community a little bit about what is our theater opportunities for students, why it's important, and how it came about and rejuvenated just last year. We had some great relationships that were developed with the local theater, and we want to talk about those today and give everyone a little perspective in this episode of Out of the Blue News. So first I'm going to start off with our students. Can you please introduce yourselves, and then we'll go to Ms. Friese as well, and I have some questions for you. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Parker.
I'm Bizzaro.
I'm Avie.
I'm Samantha Gomes.
I'm Olivia.
And I'm Adam.
Well, thank you guys for coming today and being part of this and giving me some of your time to help not only promote your own production, but also to help showcase what some of the great theater shows that we have been doing and continue to do. First question I have for all the students is, why is theater important to you, and why did you get into theater? Anyone can go first who would like to go.
That's a loaded question. It's important to me. I made a lot of friends through that, and it's a good way to connect with people, and it's also just like playing pretend, and it's good for that. I like that, just playing as somebody else.
How long have you done theater, Parker?
I've been doing theater since I was like 6 or 7. I was Tiny Tim at the Letty Center's Christmas Carol, and then I've been doing it ever since.
Good for you. Who else would like to share their story? Why theater, and what do you get out of it?
So, I do theater mostly because it's like an outlet for me to like express like how I'm feeling and like put like my emotions and being extremely loud to use. And
it's a good quality to have in theater.
Yeah, I get reminded a lot that I'm loud.
I do too, if you can imagine that. And I've made like friends doing it, and like kind of like what we know as theater family. And have you been doing it a long time as well?
Yep, I've been doing it since 3rd or 4th grade, and this is like my 19th show.
Good for you. Others who would like to contribute their story. Anyone?
I think for me, I started doing it because I was so focused on school and work that I just needed something after school that I actually enjoyed doing. So I did the musical last year just for fun, and I really enjoyed it, so I did it again this year.
Good. Anyone else want to share their stories?
I think not only as being someone in any production, but also as an audience member, it can create a sense of community that you can't really find at sporting events. Not to slander, but it seems like from what I've overheard at sporting events, there's a lot of people that if they don't understand what's going on, they kind of get lost and discouraged to go and create that sense of community. Whereas I feel theater is more open and accessible for a viewing experience.
Nice. Last chance. Anyone else want to contribute?
You want to go, Sam?
Sure. I started theater because I watched this show like 2 years ago. I don't remember what it was, but I really wanted to be on stage. And so those two got me into theater. And yeah, I haven't been doing it for a while. I've been doing it for like a year.
Well, good. We need new people to start exploring it too. Are you excited and glad that your friends made you join this theater community?
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
Yeah, I did theater in, I think, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and then I just kind of took a break. I did a 6th grade little play, but there's not really a lot of like play opportunities that I like enjoyed that much, but I started doing it again last year, which I had a lot of fun with this year.
Great. Ms. Friese, I want to ask you the same question. What is important about theater to you, and why do you think it helps develop this community that we have?
I did a lot of theater in high school, and it was always a place for me. I was always a theater kid, and I think it's important for everyone to be able to find their home, so to speak, in high school and middle school and other schools. But I think theater creates that opportunity for people to find a place where they feel like they can be themselves, express themselves, and find a group of like-minded individuals in that way. So it's really important for me to have this opportunity for students in our district, and I'm happy to provide it.
And speaking of that, I know the story, but I want you to share the story with us. Last year we brought musical theater back, and I heard it was the first musical theater production in 10 years that Epping had done. Tell me about how you were instrumental in bringing that back and offering that opportunity for our students.
Sure. So I was involved with the drama club that Mr. Herman and I had been trying to resurrect post-COVID and really start being able to have live opportunities for students to perform live on stage. And we thought, well, why don't we try a musical, and not just a musical, but let's make it 6 through 12, and why not just do Beauty and the Beast? In my head, I thought it would be a simpler production, but it actually ended up being a massive production, and it went really well, and I think it gives credit to the students in our community that made it happen. It's their talent that shined in that show.
Yes, I got to witness that show, and also thanks to you and other adults as well, they helped bring that together, and thanks to the talents of those who participated, they pulled it off. Whether it was a massive production or not, it was a really great show. We also got to perform it. The students got to perform that in the former Letty Center, now as the Epping Playhouse.
Yes.
Tell me about this relationship, because we do not have an auditorium of our own. Tell me how this relationship developed, and that we are able to use that space for our productions.
Sure. So Nicole Bizzaro, our Epping Rec Director, was absolutely instrumental in helping organize this process. I can say for sure, if it wasn't for her, I don't know if the musical would have happened. So she has been a great support to me, and as I'm kind of getting into directing and into theater again, she helped with costumes for Beauty and the Beast. She helped with facilitating being able to perform at the Epping Playhouse and all the paperwork, like insurance and all the stuff no one wants to deal with when you're a theater kid, right? So that was huge, and then also other people at Epping Community Theater were instrumental into making it a huge success that it was. And I think we almost sold out all weekend, so we sold many, many tickets to that show, and that, they gave me advice for everything from production of the show to press releases to reaching out to the community to definitely costumes. I don't want to show you what the costumes would have looked like if I had to do that part as well. Moving on. So that partnership has been very valuable in creating an amazing space for our students to be able to perform, but also helping me as sort of a novice director get my feet on the ground.
You bring up a lot of good points about the production behind the scenes. I don't think a lot of people realize set building, painting, costume design, running the lights and music. I'll put a plug in. Are you always looking for volunteers to help in any of those areas? If we have anyone who's watching this, can they reach out to you and say, hey, how can I get involved? Are you looking for those types of volunteers?
Absolutely. We would love volunteers for all of those, even just parking for shows or ushering people to seats. There's always opportunities to volunteer if people are interested in helping out.
So let's talk about this year's production. I know it's Clue. I want to know...
High school edition.
High school edition. Good point. Why that was chosen, and then I'm going to ask the students why you wanted to be part of this production. Why Clue in particular? Would you like to start and how you narrowed it down to that selection?
Sure. I sought out a murder mystery comedy on purpose because that just sounded like something that would be fun, and I thought that our students would particularly enjoy, and I wanted something very different than Beauty and the Beast, which is more of like a classic like Disney production. So I wanted something different, and I wanted a play, and I wanted murder mystery comedy, and through my search, Clue came up, and in particular the high school edition, and I read it, and I loved it, and I went right for it, and I think it's getting some more intrigue, actually. I kind of chose it by accident, but I think other high schools were actually interested in doing it, so we won out in that sense, so we got it first. So I'm really happy with my choice, and I'm interested to hear what the students think about the choice.
Well, I chose Clue to do because I was really happy to do the spring musical of last year. I wanted to try something new because I've never really done a kind of like non-musical theater production, and I thought it would be nice just to, if it was a small play, I would have a lot of fun, maybe even get a lead role, which I'm luckily and fortunate to have gotten this year, which is really awesome. And I'm just really excited for it to turn out like as best as it can.
And how long are you into the production right now? Like,
We're about to reach the final month.
Yeah.
Of it, so.
And are you allowed to share what lead role did you get?
I got Miss Scarlet.
Oh, very nice. Others, why did you join Clue, this production?
Okay. So Clue has their movie that the play is based off of, and that movie is really entertaining. Both of us love that movie. It's really fast-paced, and the humor is great. And it's got such a great cast of characters. They're all so different. And I could see myself in the role that I got. So I auditioned because I love the show, and it was a great opportunity to do something that I knew already and put my own twist on my character.
Nice. And who did you get cast
Oh,
as?
I'm Mr. Green.
Oh, nice.
Stealing a little bit of him. One, it's like my favorite movie of all time is Clue.
Good choice.
And like, not only like, I'm always like, whenever I can do a show, I like to do a show because it's what I do. Like some people have sports and things. I have theater. I always just do theater. So anytime I hear of like, oh, school's doing this show, I'm immediately like, okay, yep, I'm auditioning for that. And so since last year it was really fun, I'm like, I want to do it again here because it went really well last year and it was really fun for me. So to add another like show to my portfolio of shows, and to like just have something to fill my time of like I'm auditioning, and then I got a role and I was really, really excited.
Are you ready to share that role, or are you?
Yeah, I am Wadsworth, the butler.
Ooh, very nice. Others?
I knew last year, like no matter what the show was this year, that I was going to audition because I just enjoyed it so much. It was such a great community, and so once I heard it was Clue, I got really excited because it was a show like I knew I'd actually enjoy. And I was like, murder mystery, that's cool. So I just knew I was going to do it no matter what it was, and I'm glad it's Clue.
Was anyone not familiar with Clue? Hadn't seen the movie?
I have never seen the movie. I've played the board game many times.
I've never seen the movie
seen
either.
Yeah.
I've played.
You might need to watch that movie, me and you, Avie.
Mhm.
Anyone else? Why you joined Clue, this production?
I joined because it was a small cast and I wanted to like try something smaller, but I also love the movie because it's like amazing. I played the board game, amazing, and I don't know, it was the same like if there's a show, I'm gonna audition for it no matter what because I don't know, I really like doing theater.
Awesome.
I feel like I have to go.
Don't feel the pressure.
Like they all said, the movie's absolutely fantastic. The board game, I would pretty much force my family to play the board game with me a lot when I was younger. So I was already attached to these characters going into it, and I've always loved seeing the cast bring life to these characters, and I'm glad I got to experience that this year. But it was enthusiasm for the game, for the movie, and for the characters that I chose to audition for Clue.
I have a very serious question, and I want your help on this one. Some people might think a murder mystery. There's definitely acts of violence. There's definitely things that are going to happen. I get that it's a comedy, and I'm familiar with the movie as well. But for a high school production, one, do you think that, well, who do you think should come see it? Should it be limited? Or if you have younger siblings, you're like, no, Mr. Furbush, quit being ridiculous. This is a show for everyone. What are your personal thoughts on who might come see the show?
I think it should be rated PG-13. That's all I'm saying.
Personally, it's not like the show itself, since also with things like quick changes and stuff, there shouldn't be like much blood or gore in it. It's like we can't really do that. Swearing, there's not really any swearing, and like there are like jokes that kids would get. There's jokes adults would get. So like I think anyone could come see it, whether they would get what the show's about or understand some of the jokes. Maybe not, but like really littles probably would not get it. But you could bring anyone, but.
So you don't have reservations about it, and I know what you're talking about. Let's take a recent production of Shrek. But if you watch the movie Shrek or other productions, oftentimes there's comedy in there that isn't meant for the youngest of audience, but it's comedy meant for the older audience. So you're saying kind of the same connection here. We get the theme of a murder mystery, but it is still a comedy. It is still a high school production in that you feel, no, people can come watch it at their own, they make their own decisions of what they come watch.
Yeah, I feel like if your kid is like able to watch a Marvel movie, it's fine to watch this. There's no violence in here that would exceed any of that, and a lot of the humor is very easy to digest.
That's a great connection, because that is something that's popular. People watch Marvel movies, and you're saying, look, if you watch that, then it's okay to watch this
That's
too.
why
They
I
have
said
a
it's
lot more.
PG-13, because Marvel movies
Yeah.
are PG-13. Yeah.
Nice. Well, thanks for asking
I
that.
feel like it's up to like a parent. Like if you don't let your kids
I
see
don't
a murder
think
mystery.
a little
Right.
5-year-old would understand it
Yeah.
as much as they understood Beauty and the Beast, but
So a little different audience this year than the last production we did. Makes sense. Tell me the dates, the time. How do we get tickets? Tell the audience, how do you promote this? What do we got going on?
I can take that one. So our show dates are November 18, 19, and 20th. That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7 p.m., 7 p.m., and 2 p.m. It is up on the Epping Community Theater's website. I have sent out press releases and gotten a few responses back, so hopefully it'll be circulating around. I'm also going to post some posters up around the community. They can pay cash or check at the door. It is $5 for any Epping School District student and $10 for anyone else, essentially. They can also, some people that are around the school can buy them from me ahead of time if you'd like. Facilitate that through the school.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time today and contributing to this theater culture that we're really trying to cultivate here in Epping and have these opportunities for all of you. Drama is really important. It's important for all our students. It develops a lot of great skills, friendships, and you developed your own community, but you're contributing to the community, and we've developed community relationships in other ways too. That's a great builder right there. So I just want to say thank you. I look forward to seeing this production and any other future productions and whatever else we have going on. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching this latest episode of Out of the Blue News. Have a good day.